Guys, it's Win again. I just recorded the last video a second ago, and I wanted to just follow up on one other thing. The front of the fleet. So this is at about 1 o'clock, 1:15 this morning, and I just want to show you that infinite diversion is right up here at 1:15 in the morning with 12 Vignas back behind them, and then the rest of the cruising fleet back here. The turbo boats at this point are kind of back this away. So let's just focus kind of on the cruisers because I didn't talk about them at all. If I start forwarding through this, you'll see that infinite diversion has to tack, 12 Vigna has to tack one time, and then they go through the Grays Reef Passage. And let's just talk about the Grays Reef Passage really quick. The Grays Reef Light, which I'll try to find a picture of for everybody later on, marks the entrance to the passage. It's about a 3-mile passage there that freighters go through. And you turn at lighted can number 3. You'll hear can number 3 be mentioned. And at this point, you can actually see the bridge, and it's about a 17-mile run to the bridge. And then it's, by the way, longest 17 miles of your life. And then about a 3-mile-ish run from there to the finish. I say the longest, the 17 miles of your life, because the bridge is huge. And from 17 miles away, you make the turn, you're like, okay, man, it's right here. No, really, it's right here. It's right here. It just is. You're like, oh my God, are we ever going to get there? And you can't believe how big it is when you actually get there. So longest 17 miles of your life, and infinite diversion has made it through Grays Reef, made the turn at can number 3, and is well along now on that 17-mile run. So their distance to finish is 13 miles. They're going 9 knots right now. As long as nothing funny happens here, and by funny, I mean that the wind is out of the north right now, and a lot of times we've got some high land on either side here. Even in the lee of Mackinac Island here at the finish, I mean, you can end up with the wind being blocked and being almost totally becalmed. Now, the wind is strong enough. I don't think that's the case right now, that we're going to have that kind of problem. And I think Joe's going to make it to the finish in infinite diversion relatively quickly, and we're going to actually see the earliest finish that we've seen to the island by the cruising division ever. So that's really good news. And I also, when you look back, there's some guys that are, they're 40 miles out and doing 6 knots, so they're 7-8 hours out. They've got to maybe tack a few times, so maybe it's a little longer than that. But if conditions hold, we're going to see a lot of the cruising fleet finishing today. I'll leave it there for now. 2 videos, 1 morning, that's enough for me. Thanks. Keep your questions and comments coming.